Hello, good morning, and welcome. You're here with Brothers Forge Gaming, and this is Reknum on the PS4. This game is available as a download for, I believe, $4.99. I have not seen it go out on sale, but it is relatively new. You're looking at a brutal platformer here with excellent, exquisite hand-drawn art that makes it all worth it. Now, we're going to get into a little bit of the gameplay. This, I'm going to call it a Platinum Trophy Guide, but there really aren't any missable trophies as far as I can tell, and you're going to get each trophy as long as you go from the beginning of the game and beat the game. I don't believe there are any other trophy, like grinding or anything like that required. Basically, that's all I had to do to get the Platinum. I believe it only took a couple hours. I mean, it was quick. I don't know necessarily if I'm going to go ahead and recommend this game to anyone who's looking to play it, aside from getting the Platinum, but if you are looking for your next Platinum, and you are looking for a mildly fun yet frustrating kind of platformer game to play, you've come to the right place. And for $5, I mean, you can't beat it. And like I said, at the end you get these, oh man, you get these hand-drawn art, so good, and totally worth it. Made it all the better beating it. So we're gonna go ahead and go with a new game here. Check out some of this of what I'm talking about here. So you're gonna get this style of graphics. I'm not sure if it's like digitized hand drawn or what. I'm not an artist, but I dig this kind of animation. Let's see here. If I push the button, does it? Okay, here we go. I want to say 90s, maybe like late 90s, early 2000s style anime, which is, some of my favorite style of anime. Ninja Scroll, some of those, Berserker, to name a few. There are many. Fist of the North Star. We could keep going. But yeah, so you're gonna get, some of this very cool animation. Not a lot, but you do get it at the beginning and at the end. Oh yeah. One thing about this game that is frustrating is basically you go through a level, and then you get to the end of the level and you beat a boss or whatever, and then you get to the next level, but then it like takes you to a spot where you have to go back and then go back into a level and go a different way, and it can get super confusing. Shoot, I forget the name of the guy, but there is one complete like walkthrough of this game. It's about a 40-minute video, I want to say, on YouTube. So if you guys are looking for a complete walkthrough on this thing, go check out that guy's video. I believe it's the only one. So yeah, go check that out if you're stuck, but you really shouldn't get stuck too much. Like I said, there's some back and forth, but you just kind of like pay attention, and it's gonna be more frustrating than anything. There's a couple levels that are just brutal. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. Chest. One thing I did like is how when you pop the chest, it explodes everywhere. Totally cool. But one thing I don't like is the chests are practically useless. If you die, you have to start, the level over, and you lose all your gold. But basically, each level they take away your stuff. So even if you get everything in the level, by the time you get to the next level, you have to start over, which is, it's whatever. It's like kind of like an early platforming game. Where'd that guy come from? You didn't get a lot of those. Oh, and you get to shoot a bow, and it doesn't tell you that till I think later in the game. But like many, old school platformers, you don't get to keep your power-ups. Oh, and just like that, in the very first tutorial level, you can die from a stupid bat floating from the ceiling. But yeah, and then, in the early games, you don't get that. You get your power-ups, you get to the next level, whatever. You got to start over, and in a way, maybe it's trying to kind of recreate that. See if I can't get killed by these bats. Man, you can't even see them. They put that text box like right in your way. Where was that other one? I guess I'll just run. Oh, potion. Oh man, who are these guys? These are like in the game level enemies here. There's bats up there. But yeah, I mean, as far as it goes, this game's not. I wouldn't say it's great. I wouldn't say like I said, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. There's a lot of like what I would say issues with it. Definitely some cheap deaths and things that are gonna probably frustrate you to no end. I know I was getting real frustrated, especially trying to finish this game. The last level is tough. And but yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a challenge, if you're looking for a a game to play that's only $5, you could get an afternoon's worth of gaming out of this. So, I mean, that's totally worth it. What are you gonna go? Where you get? What kind of entertainment are you gonna find for that price? So in that sense, it's good. It's like I said, it's cool for the artwork. But yeah, don't be expecting, the world's greatest game out of this thing. But there are some features I do like, so in that sense, I can recommend it. This is gonna be a short and sweet one, guys. I'm just gonna kind of show you the game right here. I was thinking about doing the last level, but it is pretty tough, and I don't know if I feel like I ever played that level again. And then that way, it'll give you something to look forward to if you are looking to play this game. If you are looking to beat the game and go through it yourself, just to check that out. But like I said, if you're getting stuck, there is a really good walkthrough on YouTube. Right, I can't remember the guy's name. It was, I believe, a Japanese gentleman that did that. So let's see here. I think, no, okay, this might be the boss level. We'll try to get the first boss. Is the hardest boss in the game. No joke. And then so what you're going to see here is you're going to see these bombs in places. And this one was misleading because I don't even think you see this till the very end of the game, and you come back here in like a shadow world. Spoilers. But anyway, we'll try to make to the first boss. Oh! Hitting the campfire. Try to make to the first boss for you and go from there. I do want to also try to bring, if I can, if time permits, I want to bring Siberian, the time-traveling barbarian? I think that's what it's called. Anyhow, I want to bring that next. I'm going to try to do a double feature right here, right now. A couple short and sweet ones. That one's a Rakatili game, which, they make some pretty decent games. As I mentioned in Whipsy, if you guys want to check out that, we just did a platinum got on that too. That's a game I would recommend. $5.99 if you guys want to go pick that one up. I would recommend that over either of these two that I'm mentioning. But I feel like maybe they're stretching themselves a little thin, and their quality's dipping a little bit. But they have some interesting games for a great price. If you guys are looking for indie developers that are pretty good. But yeah, we have an entire, platinum trophy guide playlist. If you guys are looking for your next plats, if you're looking for some fun games to play, kind of try to do it that way. And I've said this, I'll say it again. I'm not necessarily what I would say a trophy hunter. I maybe have kind of morphed into one over the years. I had an ambition to get 3,000 trophies on the PlayStation Network in a year. Well, really, it was to get to 3,000. I think I was at like 1,900 or something. Anyhow, but since then, I've kind of taken on this whole new approach to these games. But I don't go looking for platinums. But if I find a game that's fun and the platinum isn't unreasonable, I'll go for that. So that's kind of what's going on with that playlist. Is that just kind of bringing you guys games that might be interesting, that might be fun, that are at a good price. Maybe they're on a great sale. Right now I want to try to bring one. It's on sale till May 13th. It is called Chandolin, something like that. At first I thought it was a Zelda clone, but it's different. So we're going to get into that. It's only 99 cents in the store right now. And the creator of that game actually has two games. He has one more that's like a Metroid game as well. Shalondar, I think is the name. I can't remember. Anyway, we'll look for that. Look for some of those other ones. That's going to be coming up here in a little bit. There is a hidden path. I guess I can show you. So there's some stuff like this in the game. Let's go check it out. Those fairies are so not helpful, and their text box is always in the way. Oh, there it was. Yeah, okay. So there's little random things like this throughout the game. Get yourself some extra heart containers. Something that could bring value to this game is if you really did enjoy the game and you wanted to get into it, trying to 1cc, things like that, speed run. There are those elements to the game if you really liked it. To me, I found it a little bit too frustrating and maybe want to go for that. Some games just don't have the greatest controls, or they've got pitfall death, stuff that'll just completely stop your run, and they're all over the place. The games that maybe have one spot of that, and you just, oh man, I just gotta clear level 3 and I'll be in the good. That may be more worth it. But every level, this has, stuff you don't want to be running into, like those campfires. And I think there's one coming right now. And some of these enemies, man, you know how it is. Flying enemies, why? They're always the worst. Okay, so I think we're going to be making it to the boss here in a minute. There's these traps coming up, and oh my gosh, the traps are the worst. You like know they're there, and you totally forget about them, and they just, sometimes you can't even touch them either. And that's another thing I was talking about, is the tracking is, so just pay attention, because see, they're going to be coming up. Yeah, see, so there's two right here, and this is where they get you. But I think there's another chest over here. And then, same thing too, I'm always pushing forward, like when I attack the enemies and you run into them, it gets annoying. So just when you see one, just stop, swing your hammer, and roll out. So see, and see when this comes down, if you touch it, you can stand on top of them, but if you touch it as it's coming down, it can be problematic. Oh, shit, I'm screwed. Okay. Alright, here we go. And then they stick one right there just to, like, mess with you. Oh, see, oh, there it is, and you gotta start the level all over. Alright, anyway, there's a boss there. I'm not gonna bring you through that level again. There's a boss right there. He's the hardest boss in the game. You basically just hit him ranged, and you gotta watch out for his attacks. You just gotta time his attacks. It's hard, it's frustrating, but yeah, that was pretty rough. Let's see here. Why don't I go ahead and show you the last level, see what you're looking at, give you a little bit more. If it lets me, I think I might only... Yeah, okay, so I should have probably done that first, because you cannot have different save files or anything like that. Okay, so anyway, that's what you have at Reknum. I know it kind of sounds like rectum, tee-hee, but no, I'm saying Reknum. I don't know if that means something or not, but this game will wreck you, that's for sure, and it'll make you numb, because there's some nasty spots like that thing you just saw at the end of the level. What the heck, no thanks, and that stuff's throughout the game. So if, yeah, like I said, it's overall, I mean, I don't know, there's so many things that just kind of make this game frustrating as hell to play, and if you're like me, that might, you know, break a few controllers, so maybe steer clear of this one. But I mean, if you're not bothered by that kind of stuff, you might have a nice little gem here for you to play. Like I said, with that nice hand-drawn animation, very cool, at a great price. But here you go. If you're looking for your next platinum, this one's easy. You basically get it for playing and beating the game. I don't think there are any other deviations to that formula. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna say I'm not. You've been hanging out with Brothers Forge Gaming. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I'm going to jam on Siberian, so thanks for stopping by, and come on over and check that out. I'll be back up in about 5 minutes or so. See you on the next run.